we've made substantial cuts. This year we focused on administrative positions, forum level, district level positions, trying to kind of keep the buildings immune to that to the extent that they could. So the vast majority, about $2.2 million of the $3 million cuts, came from leadership positions at the district level. So that's a tough place to be, but we're using this as an opportunity to really sort of foster innovation and independence at the building level. So additional cuts, I hope not. Right now we've got a plan in place that with the cuts that have happened, we should be in good shape financially moving forward. And if we can turn the corner next year through the legislative process and with the governor's support for reasonable funding for public schools, hopefully we'll be past the phase where we need to cut.
Pell is very important. You have to be at a certain economic situation to qualify for Pell. And the 13 and 14 year, the Pell, the federal grant, is $5,645 for the year per person. Next year, the projected Pell is $5,815. So that's what the students get in terms of federal support to go to school. So Pell is one of the resources, and I know that all of us, we have students who qualify for that. But besides that, we also have scholarship, just like everybody. We also have work study, and many of our students, as you know, they work, so they pay as they go. As President Borough said, we have students who stop out and come back in again. We don't use the word drop out, because sometimes they do have to take care of their families, and then they come to us when they can. So Pell is a very important resource, but it's not the only resource for our students.
And we're one of the 5 states in the entire country with stagnant or declining demographic growth. So if the state's going to be successful in workforce, if the state's going to be successful in its educational proposition, funding should really be thought about not only in terms of attracting and retaining Iowa students for Iowa institutions, but to what extent are we going to bring in out-of-state students? When you look at Illinois imploding financially in all sorts of ways, with what's going on with the Wisconsin state system in particular, with over $400 million worth of cuts, there's a real opportunity for the state of Iowa in the extraneous states, nearby states, to attract more. Most of us are able to demonstrate that those who graduate from our institutions in 2 or 4 years out of state, those students wind up staying in state. So that helps our workforce, it helps the overall educational proposition, and out-of-state students bring a higher net revenue per student than in-state students as well.
We spend a lot of time making sure that we have the right number of faculty teaching our students, and have eliminated many positions, not adding positions, but moving them around as need demands to do all of that. I don't believe that any of the 3 privates in this area have done anything to raise their costs. In fact, I think probably all of us have cut our expenditure. We cut our budget considerably last year to bring our costs down. But that doesn't mean that we're not dealing with people who want raises and utilities that go up and insurance that goes up. And so we're working hard on costs, but I'm not sure how much more cost we can cut given the kind of resources that we're required to provide.